trying to fix this thing here.
We're recording.
We're recording. We're ready. Good evening, everybody. My name is Sarah, and I am here today to host a webinar for you guys on health and wellness hacks during quarantine. Thank you guys so much for getting on.
Want to start your presentation?
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and start. My name is Sarah Melcher. I am a nurse by trade, and I'm also a life coach. I have a background also in health and fitness. I'm very passionate about health and wellness, so it's actually very special for me to be here for you guys today talking about health and wellness during quarantine. Because of course, our lives have been flipped upside down now because of the coronavirus, COVID-19, and I hope that I can bring some insight, advice, and awareness to how you can continue to live a healthy life even during quarantine. So I'm a mindset junkie, and first of all, I'd like to remind you guys, that we can shift our mindset from negative thoughts to positive thoughts, right? So a lot of us are thinking things right now like, I can't focus. I need a new routine. My routine has been flipped upside down. I'm overwhelmed. I'm working from home. The kids are home. It's too chaotic. I don't have time for myself because the kids are home. Or I don't know how to work out at home. Like, how do I continue my health journey while I'm home? Some people just started getting serious about their health and wellness, and then came coronavirus and everything stopped, right? Or maybe you're eating too much because you're home and you don't know how to create a new routine for your nutrition. So I really encourage you guys to let go of those negative thoughts, right away. Just let them go. And I promise you it's so possible. And proclaim that, you can take time every morning to set a new intention for your day. You can create a new structure for your family. You can remain flexible in these changing times, because as we learn more about this virus, things are changing daily. So it's really up to us to remain flexible and, adapt as things change. And remember that you are safe at home. You have a safe space to work and move your body at home. And you have more time to cook and make healthy meals for your family. So of course, like I said, it is a difficult time. And as a nurse, I would never minimize how serious this virus is, but I do want to remind you that we get to decide how we react and move forward. We get to thrive, and I really, really hope that these tips can help you thrive during quarantine. So there's 3 pillars that I would like to talk about today. One, I already kind of started on: mindset, nutrition, and movement. That's okay. So these are the 3 key pillars of our health and wellness. And I'll give you guys some tips on all 3 of these. Waiting for my scroller.
Sorry.
That's okay. We're all flexible. We're good. We got this. So of course, I'm going to encourage you guys to create a routine for each pillar and do your best to stick to it. So of course, this is going to look different for each and every one of us. We all have a different lifestyle. We all have a different environment. For example, I'm a nurse. I'm still leaving my home to work. And then I come home and I have to make space for food, for working out, for the kids. So keep in mind, I understand this looks different for everyone, but my goal is for you to take these tips and apply them to your specific lifestyle. So some things to think about first. What will the schedule be for my family? For example, I don't know how many weeks we are in now to quarantine, but I got fed up and I wrote out a schedule for my kids, and I said, this is what you have to follow every day. So take charge, and just keep in mind that yes, it's up to us to create this new routine. It's up to us to create this new schedule, because they are not leaving for school anymore. We have to set a routine for ourselves and our children. And what are your hours working from home? Are you working, 8 to 4, or can you work more 8 to 11, take a break? That's going to look different for everyone, but just writing these things down, taking them into account. What time are your meals? And when do you like to work out? When do you have time to work out? Is it the morning? Is it nighttime? And when will you have time to relax? Because I definitely wrote that on the routine for my kids. I scheduled a time slot where they get playtime and relax time, because we also want something to look forward to, right? Whether it's Netflix or a movie or reading, we want some time to relax. So here I am again talking about mindset. So pillar one is mindset. It's so important. In order to have a healthy, active lifestyle, you first have to have a strong mindset, because life is going to happen. If it wasn't coronavirus, it'd be something else, right? So first off, I want to remind you, it's okay not to be okay. I don't expect everyone to be bubbly and happy like I am all the time, but I do continue to remind you that it's up to you how you react. We will all react differently to crises. Each of us cope differently, and that's okay. I invite you to acknowledge your feelings and accept them. But I also want to remind you that it's important to have tools to cope. So that may look like a counselor or mental health provider, maybe a mentor, maybe a mentor. For me, it's a life coach or friend that I would call. Your friends and family, reach out to them. I'm always recommending personal development, whether that's an encouraging podcast, an inspirational speaker, an uplifting book. And then, of course, there's always faith, there's prayer. And I invite you to think about what lights you up, what brings you joy. For me, number one thing is comedy. I love to laugh. I love to joke around. I know as natives, we love our sarcasm. These are things that bring me joy and lift me up. There's music. The Facebook memes are making me laugh and getting me through my day. I always have books that I can either listen to or read. I always have a podcast I can listen to. A game. Me and my kids have been playing Connect 4 all the time. So these are things that you can incorporate into your daily routine to lift your spirits up and make you feel more joy in these difficult times. So I keep talking about mindset, huh? Shifting from a negative mindset to a positive mindset. So over the years of our life, we learn these things, maybe from things that your mom said to you or things you experienced. We learn these little negative stories, right? And we tell ourselves these stories over and over again. For example, I had an experience in elementary school where I was in a play, I stuttered on stage, and I forgot my lines, and it was a terrible, terrible situation. I became very shy and told myself that I wasn't good at public speaking. For the next 20 years, I told myself I was not good at public speaking, that I stutter, that I'm shy. These are limiting beliefs that I told myself. But if we can shift the story that we're telling ourselves, like to something positive, then we can in turn change our mindset into something more positive. So here I use the example that I can't work out at home because I'm too tired. Although we may be tired from the workday, we're probably not too tired to exercise. But if we keep telling ourselves that we're tired, our mind will believe it. So if you try to say something like, I will make time to work out because I value my health so much. I will make space to work out because my health is important to me. Controlling my blood pressure is important to me. Controlling my diabetes is important to me. These are things that's just a way to think more positive and give yourself more of a why. Like, why am I doing this? Why is this important to me? And why am I going to push through that rut so that I can get it done? So I love affirmations. I think it's a really powerful tool. An affirmation is a positive statement that can help you to challenge and overcome self-sabotaging and negative thoughts. When you repeat them often and believe in them, you can start to make a positive change. So this is something that I believe, this is being recorded, so you can always come back to this, but this is something I do pretty much daily. I would write down all the negative thoughts that I tell myself, and then literally write the opposite right here in positive thoughts. So if I'm telling myself I'm too tired, I will shift that into a positive thought, such as, I'm full of energy. My body is fueled properly and I feel so energetic. And yeah, that probably sounds like baloney, but if you keep telling yourself this, you can literally change the way you feel and think. Trust me. I know you might think I sound crazy right now, but if you do this on a daily basis, it works. Repetition is literally what helps us to retrain our brain. So you have to do this on a daily basis. For example, if you keep saying that I can't work out at home, you're going to think that you can't work out at home. But if you can say something like, I can work out at home, I just have to create a sacred space. I have to make space in my schedule to work out, then you will make it happen. It all starts in our mind and the way we talk to ourselves. And another tool, of course, I am such a gratitude junkie. Stating what I'm grateful for is the fastest way to shift out of a bad mood or a low vibe emotion, which low vibe emotions are anxiety, sadness, fear, depression. These are very lower vibe emotions. We want to help ourselves to raise our vibration. So when you say gratitude, you always have enough or more than enough. For example, every single day I state that I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful, I thank you, Creator, for waking me up today. I'm thankful for my healthy children. As a nurse, I'm grateful that I have not caught the virus yet. Just grateful for my car, grateful to have a home. If we can wake up and state gratitude right away, we're setting ourselves up for success for the day. And these are just some other tools that I incorporate on a daily basis. I love guided meditations. They're very easy to find on YouTube or anywhere. If you do a Google search on guided meditation, there's plenty of free apps that help with meditation as well. Like I said, stating gratitude in a journal, your affirmations, writing down your thoughts, of course, in a journal helps all the time. Personal development, like I said, with those, inspirational speakers, podcasts, or books. And of course, I'm going to get into body movement and proper nutrition. And I said over here, it doesn't happen overnight. Changing your mindset and growing mentally does not happen overnight. This takes daily practice, daily work, but it is so possible if we continue to do it. You show up for yourself. That's something I tell my clients all the time. You have to show up for yourself. So pillar number 2 is nutrition. So it's no secret that nutrition is really a crucial part of our health and wellness. During quarantine, you may feel like you've lost your routine of eating. This affects your mental clarity, your energy, and your waistline. So here are some tips that you can use to stay on track during this uncertain time. Like I said before, create a schedule. Guys, we have to create a schedule, because if you're not leaving the house to work, or you're not working, like I know some people that are working, they don't have actual assignments for work, so they're just kind of hanging out at home. It's really important to create a schedule for yourself. You get a journal. I recommend, guys, getting a journal and start making a schedule for yourself. For example, breakfast, relax, read. I don't know what you guys are doing at home, but then, you can make time. You can even write down journaling or listen to podcasts, and then it's lunchtime, right? So you're not just like always in the kitchen. I highly, highly recommend setting an alarm for meals and snacks. Keep healthy snacks and easy to make meals available. Meal prepping, it sounds silly because you're home, but you're a lot more likely to choose a healthy meal if you have the protein and vegetables already prepped. For example, if you have your vegetables chopped up, it's a lot more likely that you're going to actually cook them, right? So just preparing things makes it so much easier, especially if you have a family to cook for. Just, make life a little easier for yourself. And then making balanced meals, which I will talk a little bit more about. Drinking a lot of water is so important right now, and limiting your sugar and salt intake. It's not uncommon for us to eat high processed snacks with a lot of sugar and a lot of salt, and that's not going to help us stay healthy during quarantine. I do have some resources over here. MyFitnessPal skinnytaste.com and myplate.org are all resources that have more nutrition information on how to actually build your plate. It's no secret that natives have a high rate of hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, and these are things that we can do our best to control with our nutrition and our resources, right? So I highly encourage you guys to do your best while in this, difficult situation, to choosing the healthiest food possible for yourself and your family. And that comes back to your why. Like, why do I want to be healthy? Why do I want to, eat better? What have I experienced that really, like, did you experience a loss, or did you get a new diagnosis that really affected you emotionally? That should be your driver for a healthier lifestyle. So this is a lot, I know, but I will talk about this a little bit. Let me just see here. Oh, okay. So this little plate here is really what this is based off of. So I want you to envision your plate. You're gonna separate your plate. Actually, I'm gonna scroll a little bit. I want you guys to look at this plate here in the corner. So you have your vegetables, your starches, flours, and your meats. We recommend half of your plate being full with the vegetables so that you can fill up on the vegetables and lower carb, nutritious, colorful vegetables first. And then, of course, half of it here is meats and then your starches. So unfortunately, it's usually the reverse, right? It's usually half the plate is full of rice, potatoes, pasta, and then we have our meat and, a little bit of salad over here. But I really encourage you guys to follow this recommendation. You can also find this on myplate.org, the recommendation on how to actually build your plate. So of course, this is going to be recorded for you guys, but this is a list of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. So carbohydrates are brown rice, your tortillas, your pastas, jasmine rices. I recommend the complex carbohydrates, which would be the brown starches are the complex carbohydrates, which are going to help you to keep your sugar more level, as opposed to a white starch, which would spike your blood sugar and then drop. So it's always better to choose brown rices, quinoa, whole grains, whole wheat pasta, whole grain breads, as if you're concerned about controlling your sugar. And then of course your vegetables fall under carbohydrates. They are lower carbohydrate, but they still have carbs. And then proteins, I recommend lean proteins such as lean chicken breast, that's without the skin, fishes such as salmon, shrimp, tuna. I eat a lot of eggs. And then of course there's lentils, there's beans, dairy has protein like Greek yogurt. And then the fats, of course, fats are still important to our diet. We just want to choose the healthier fats, such as avocado, coconut oil, nut butters, nuts, and all kinds of nuts are fine. Just make sure you're getting the unsalted nuts, because like I said, we want to avoid excess salt. Yeah, chia seeds are really good. So this is for you guys. How will you fuel your body today? Like, think about, what can I do differently to support my health and wellness goals? So this is what I usually eat. This is what I can maybe improve. So I want you guys to think about, what's one thing that I can remove from my diet, or maybe eat less of, so that I can improve my health and wellness results. And of course, I'm always going to recommend, be disciplined. It's your body, it's your health, it's your organs when it comes down to it. And I say that with the most love possible, because I've experienced a lot of loss due to diseases that could have been controlled through lifestyle. So I'm very passionate about, practicing discipline and making our health a priority. So pillar 3 is movement. I really, really, really am excited to talk about movement. I love moving my body, and I just want to remind you guys that even though we can't go to the gym, We can't go to our group exercise classes, but we can move our bodies, point blank, period. Whether that's doing some stretching, some yoga, or a free online class. Right now, there's so many trainers online, like, because they can't work right now either. So they are online offering either free or super affordable online classes through Zoom. I've done Zoom, Zumba, body workouts, boot camps, yoga, and of course, there's always YouTube. So I recommend, guys, make a little bit of space in your bedroom, your child's bedroom, your living room, where you get to move your body, 30 minutes a day, and bring the kids in to do it. Sometimes my kids crawling all over me and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm moving my body. Of course, you can walk outside, you can go running, you can go bike riding with the proper precautions, of course, using your mask and, protecting yourself. So here are some affordable workout tools that I use. Mini bands, I wish I brought them with me, but there are mini bands that you can order on Amazon, or I don't even know if Dollar Tree is open right now. But Walmart or Target sells them. Resistant bands, dumbbells, a yoga mat, of course, ankle weights if you have them. But if not, just do body weight. Right now, it's more important to just be moving your body, getting your heart rate going, just, getting your lungs moving for 30 to 60 minutes a day, a few times a week. So that brings me to my next one. How will you move your body today? I highly recommend you guys writing this down, journaling about it. How will I move my body? What am I going to do? What sacrifice am I going to make this a possibility for me and a reality for me? And I always say, choose 3 days that you're going to exercise no matter what. Whether that's Monday, I get to take a 30-minute walk outside. Or Wednesday, I'm going to do some YouTube yoga. And Friday, I'm going to go for a little jog. These are little things we can do towards a healthier us, okay? And then this is like something I would use with my clients, a little fitness tracker. And this you can also find online, or, you can find me and I can help you get this. Just like writing what I did, keeping track of your activity. Just like I said, journaling is really powerful for your mindset. Keeping yourself accountable on your health and wellness journey is going to be a big game changer for you. And then, of course, I want to remind you that you're not alone. Like I said, there's so many connections going on in Zoom. We're here on Zoom right now. So although we're in quarantine, there are still so many ways to stay connected. I know community is really important to humans in general. I'm a community junkie. I love to be with people. I love events. I recommend getting a call buddy, getting someone that you can check in with a few times a week. Use FaceTime or Zoom to have family calls. It's really fun and therapeutic. And of course, like I said, there's free or low-cost Zoom events such as prayer calls, workouts, yoga, meditation, mindset events. And of course, there's social media where you can connect with your friends and family and stay, in tune with what's going on. And of course, as a nurse, I'm going to give you some important reminders that we are protecting each other by social distancing. So try not to dwell on the fact that we're stuck at home, and remember that we're safe at home. We're protecting ourselves, we're protecting our family members, we're protecting the public. So please continue to practice social distancing. Wash your hands frequently, please. Use a face covering. If you don't have a mask, make sure to use a scarf or something to protect your face and nose. And keep hand sanitizer, close by if you have it. I know it's been really hard to get. And yeah, of course, our lives and future depend on how well we abide by these recommendations. So I really encourage you guys to keep these in mind. And like I said, you are safe at home. You are not stuck. And these are just some resources that I had mentioned earlier. MyFitnessPal is really helpful for, they actually post articles every week about nutrition, and you can actually log your food. If you want to get that specific with your goals, you can log your calories. MyPlate.org, of course, has nutrition information. CDC.gov, of course, has plenty of nutrition and health information about coronavirus if you need to learn more. And then these are some of my actual friend trainers that are hosting free and very low cost workouts, excuse me. They're called Fire Fitness, Live Fit Army, and Focus Gains. If you Google them, you'll find them. And they're offering really good, affordable programs for people. So I highly, highly recommend them to help you get moving. And that's it. Does anyone have any questions? That's what I have for you guys. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask any questions. I get passionate and I speak fast, so.
Hi, this is Jessica. I'm wondering if you had any recommendations for kids. I know you said you had kids, but just kids to stay active while they're at home.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have it, but I've been using, I'm trying to think of what kind of cable we have. We have Xfinity. Do you guys have any type of cable programs or anything like that? So I don't even know how to find it, to be honest, because my kids do it, but I use the little voice button. Do you have the remote that has the voice talk? So I just put on like at-home workouts or kids workouts, and then like all these different things come up. So my kids are 9 and 12. I don't know how old your kids are. So they're a little more difficult to get to do this, but you just have to keep, it's consistency. No matter what, no matter who you are, it's consistency. So I would just continue to keep encouraging them to join you. Or, you know, it even helps for me to be like, oh, I feel so good. I feel so good now that I move my body. And then my kid's like, what, really? I'm like, yeah, try it. Let's go for a walk or something. It feels so good. And he does it now. He doesn't like to do it with me, but my older son will actually work out by himself. He'll say, oh, I got to go do my workout. I even caught him this week. He said, oh, I missed the day, so I have to do a double. So it's honestly the consistency, especially if this is new for you. They will watch you and see how you change your behaviors, and they will mimic you eventually, I promise you. But I think kids really like things like jumping jacks, dancing, you know, something that can be really fun and co-op, and, you know, like interactive. So sometimes we'll just put music on and just start dancing, and that's movement, that counts. So I also want you guys to like be self-compassionate and forgive yourself. Like, remember, like, we have to do our best with what we have. And if you don't have kids that are going to cooperate, just turn on the music and say, you know what, we're just going to dance. Because like, that's what's important, is moving ourselves and boosting our spirits. I hope that was helpful.
It was.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I don't know if you can see me because I can't see me.
Hi.
This is Ella. One thing that I've been utilizing is because I was actually looking for Tybo from back in the day, and I didn't realize that he's got current videos on, but we've been utilizing YouTube as well. And like you said, my son kind of joined in a little bit with me the other day when I wasn't able to get out and walk because it was raining. So I got on YouTube and was doing a video. And if you have the bigger videos, of course, the smart TVs or whatever, I think you can bring it up on there as well. And so that's one of the things that I've been doing with, or starting to do. And then also my son, you know, he hasn't been dancing a lot these past few years, but he's been watching videos too, and just kind of practicing in the front room, just to kind of stay active as well, since, you know, they don't have practices and whatnot, other than, you know, going to the parks and working out or walking.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, I'm telling you, YouTube has everything. Like, if you just search what you want, you're gonna find it. Or Google or social media, you'll find something to do. And I love that he's practicing his dance. That's amazing.
Also, I haven't checked out the three resources you've mentioned. I want to check those out. But do you know if any of them have, and I'm sure you know you can do them at your own pace, but are any of them, do they have workouts for elders? And I don't know, I'm sorry I was late getting on, but I don't know if you already talked about that.
So I'm thinking, I think that I'm just trying to pull it back up who I mentioned here. So Live Fit Army is probably the most, he'd probably be able to serve elders, but I can also find some more for you because I know so many trainers from being a trainer. I can find more resources and send them along. But that's such
Okay,
a
thank you.
such a good point, of course. What about nutrition? Has anyone been doing anything specific for their nutrition? Are having a hard time because of limited resources or anything like that?
Hi, my name is Sheba. I was just laughing when we were doing the nutrition because I'm here eating like a pastry. But yeah, this was just helpful in also seeing how quickly we could get into like a routine of negativity, but also like, you know, when I'm stressed, I just eat sweets. So, you know, for the past few weeks, I have been doing that and it's become a routine. And so I really just like kind of like scheduling your free time or meal planning so that you don't default on that, but that really you have something to look forward to. Like something I've struggled with is just coming home and having the energy or thinking I don't have the energy to cook. But now when I'll like schedule it in on a Friday, so that'll be like my Friday fun activity. And really like once I do it, I really enjoy it. But I think what you touch upon is like the power of our minds. We could either have very self-defeating thoughts or kind of shift that narrative. And I think once you do it, then, you know, you could start a whole new routine. So
Absolutely. It's mind over matter no matter what, like all the time. And I love that. That's such a good way to think about it. And you're going to make yourself proud. I always bring it back to making myself proud. Like I just started a whole new nutrition journey for myself, like with all whole foods, no sugar, and I'm like losing my mind, but I'm also making myself so much more proud than than just giving into the emotional eating. Because what happens when we emotional eat? It's this downward spiral, right? Oh, I ate the donut. Now I feel bloated and I'm not reaching my health goals and I'm guilty and I'm ashamed. I don't want anyone to know I ate the donut. It's like that's this downward spiral to the lower vibe emotions, as opposed to if we just control that craving for a few minutes, have some berries or a banana or whatever, a smoothie, and then we feel so proud. We feel encouraged. We feel on track and we're getting better results. So we're trying to go up this way and not down that way.
yes. Yeah, so thank you for that. It's just encouraging me even further once I'm done with this pastry.
We're getting on track, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for your honesty. Anyone else? Thank you guys so much for getting on. I was so excited to be here for you guys. I think that's it. If you guys don't have any other questions or concerns.
Hey, Sarah. Like since I take the bus back and forth to West Roxbury, and I haven't been getting on the bus because of the COVID, I walk home from work. Walk to work and I walk back, and I found, you know, it beats, you know, I can't go to the gym, but walking found I've been losing a little weight doing that because my weight fluctuates up and down because of my thyroid problems. But I find it helpful, like every day walking. I find myself, you know, okay, I'm going to walk around the block. I do my hour walks, like where I live. I'll walk all around Roslindale down to the train station, turn back up and walk back home.
Wow.
When it's nice out and I'm, you know, doing that and it's helping me.
That's amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. You guys are doing great. And just remember, you know, you're doing your absolute best. There's not one person that has not had their life flipped upside down during this, you know, this quarantine, this coronavirus. And as a nurse, I know it's not going to change anytime soon. So I just keep encouraging people to see the silver lining when you can, do the best that you can. I know for the first 2 weeks, we were probably all just like eating chips in bed, like, vacation mode. But then I know for myself, I had to get a grip, and I'm like, oh, this isn't going to change anytime soon. I got to create a routine. I have to start eating, vegetables, not just pizza and sandwiches. I got to eat real food. And you know what? My energy's better. I feel better. I move better. When we go into exercise, for example, Shiva, after that pastry, if you were trying to go work out right now, you'd probably feel sluggish, to be honest. Or you'd feel really excited right away because all that sugar's, and then you're going to crash. So, fueling ourselves properly is going to be so important for us right now. Anything else? Jess, you're being quiet. You got anything to say or add? I put her on the spot.
I think I was thinking as Janelle was talking about walking more and just the changes in these circumstances. I think in a way there's opportunity to develop healthier habits, like walking to work. For me, normally I have a really long commute, so it limits the amount of time I have to go home, prepare like a good meal, or even do proper grocery shopping. And really one of the things that I have been able to do is to kind of plan out my meals a little bit more, so that I know when I go to the grocery store, I know what I need, and I'm only going as many, as I'm limiting my shopping trips, so I know I have the things. And then of course I'm eating what I have at home, and making sure that as a single person, I am making my meal, and then making sure that I have something for the next day, so that I already have my lunch figured out. I don't have to think about it. I'm not searching for where am I going to go, what am I going to eat. So I'm eating a lot less processed foods, and so that's awesome for me. And I notice a difference. I notice a difference, so I think that's good. And hopefully that'll be hopefully that'll be something that I can carry with me. When we come out of this, I'll be able to be used to that routine and have developed that ability to do that a little bit stronger than I was able to before.
That's amazing. I love that. I love the mindset there, because that's exactly what I'm talking about, is seeing this as an opportunity. Even though things have been changed, you see the opportunity to, I agree. I have a better commute right now. I have more time to actually cook all these meals from scratch that my meal plans are, requiring. So it definitely is, it's all mindset, but seeing it as an opportunity is the game changer for you. And with consistency, like I said before, you'll be able to keep doing this, because you just started this, but as you keep going, you're going to continue to feel better. And even if you have some flexibility in your diet, when you do change, like, okay, my favorite restaurant's open, I get to eat my, favorite meal tonight, but the other 5 days I'm going to make sure I eat my prepared meals, or I make sure I eat a cleaner meal. You learn balance, of course, right? It's not going to be a strict diet all the time, but we have to maintain balance with, healthier meals and movement. Awesome.
Sarah, what would you say to those who are on a strict budget on how to prepare a healthy meal?
Yeah, of course. Oh, man. So I would recommend, of course, I usually recommend frozen vegetables. You can get a large, everything's so different right now, because, you have to literally be a senior citizen to get anything out of the grocery store right now. But if you can, I recommend if you look like on the bottom shelf at Shaw's or Stop and Shop, there's a large bag of frozen vegetables, and that could last you like at least 2 weeks or more, depending on who's eating it and how much, right? Because even if I'm filling my plate with 2 cups, it's a huge bag of vegetables, and it comes with like broccoli, cauliflower, I think like peppers and carrots, and it's a mixed vegetable bag. But doing things like that will help you choose healthier foods, but it's also on a budget. And then, of course, like for starches, like I recommend, like if you are eating brown rice or pasta, like looking for the sales, looking for all the deals. You got to be a little more budget savvy, right? You know, getting what's on sale, but still choosing the healthier option. For example, if I'm going and I'm in the pasta aisle and I see that, you know, whatever it is, the Roni, whatever it is, the blue box, it's always on sale, like 3 for $5. I might have to get the brown rice or lentil pasta that's 2 for $5 instead. But I'm making a healthier choice, which is in turn going to save my health and body in the long run. And then it may seem like more money, but you're not going to spend the money on the processed snacks, the chips, the white breads, the, you know, whatever else that you usually splurge on, the high sugar cereals. We're going to eliminate that cost and focus more on vegetables, fruits, even if it is frozen fruits. Sometimes I get the same, so there's a bag of frozen vegetables, there's also larger bags of frozen fruit. And for example, if I'm trying to be, you know, savvy, I will take like 2 cups of the frozen fruit and put in a little Tupperware container and it defrosts overnight. And then next day you just drain like the liquid or whatever, or I like to put it on top of yogurt as like make a little parfait. So these are things that that I've done in the past. Usually I keep my diet very simple because of budget. So for example, when I go to the grocery store, it's protein, vegetables, what's my carbohydrate, and what are my healthy snacks. And it's honestly, it's not that much. It's not more expensive. It's just changing where you're spending. So if you spend a lot of money on snacks for the kids or processed meals or frozen meals, eliminating that stuff and saying, no, we're all going to eat this healthy meal right here. We're all going to eat this healthy meal because we all value our health and wellness. Then we're not necessarily spending more. We're just shifting the cost. And like I said, I definitely recommend getting bulk when you can. So like if you can get a bag of brown rice versus, you know, like a bunch of spaghetti, or find sweet potatoes are always on sale. Sweet potatoes, I prefer sweet potatoes to white potatoes because of that glycemic index that I was talking about earlier. If I eat a sweet potato, my sugar will stay more level versus a white potato. At Stop and Shop, they usually have like 2 for $1, or you can get a bag of them on sale or something like that. So I think, like I said, just sales, shifting where you're spending the money. And right now, remember, we're not really going out to eat. We don't have to order out. I know sometimes we still do, but we don't have to order out. If we're focusing our spending only on having these healthy foods in the home, we'll actually save a lot of money. I hope that helps. I know it's definitely, it's a weird thing that for me, I think it's crazy that all the healthier food is pricier. But if we can, you know, pick and choose what's really necessary and make sure that we don't waste money on like stuff that we're craving, like maybe just get a small thing of cookies, not a big thing, or maybe just a small thing of my favorite chips, not the big family pack. Because what happens then, we get, like we said about earlier, the emotional eating. I'm just gonna eat this whole thing. You know, if it's not there, we can't binge on it. That's my thing. I'll just share on my health and wellness journey, it's been cookies. When I'm emotional, I want the whole pack of cookies. You cannot tell me to eat 2 cookies. No, it's not happening. So I don't even have them at home. I don't. And my uncle, he loves sweets. He hides them and I don't know where they are. So if they're out of sight, out of mind, we can choose something else to eat. You know, like these are just little things that I've developed over the years. So don't beat yourself up if it's hard now. It will be hard. It's not, the sugar is highly addictive and it's very hard to overcome. It takes like discipline, hard work, and honestly weaning off of it, because it really is an addictive, it's addictive, and it's in different sources and ways. Like the high fructose syrup is so addictive and it's in everything. So, like I keep saying, be self-compassionate, be nice to yourself, but continue to take the steps towards better choices. Like maybe this week I get my bulk of vegetables and I get a lean protein. And next week I can do a little more and a little more until I'm finally there eating a healthier, living a healthier, active lifestyle. Anything else?
Is your contact information on the somewhere?
You know what? I didn't even put my information on here. I was so focused on you guys, but let me just scroll up. This is my name on Facebook. Let me see. Can you guys see the whole screen? Because I see you. Sarah Melcher is my name on Facebook. And on Instagram, it's I am Sarah Melcher. I post a lot of my mindset stuff on Instagram, and feel free to reach out to me if you have more questions or need more resources, because I'm like really well connected in the health and fitness industry. So I can definitely find more. I can send free classes, to you if they come up, because I swear all my friends are online trying to find clients. So if you need someone to kick your butt, I got you. Thank you guys so much for listening, for joining, for engaging. I really appreciate it. We weren't sure who was going to come on for the first one, but this has been so good.
Yes, thank you. I just happened to, I wasn't on Facebook earlier, and so I just saw the Warren's post just a little late. So I wanted to hop on, but is it going to be available on Native Lifeline Facebook page, or because I missed the first like 15 minutes, I think, of your presentation?
Warren, I think he said they were going to post it for you guys to be able to watch. So I just want to make sure I'm telling the right thing. Is it going to be available?
Yes.
It is. All right. Awesome. Awesome.
Sarah, we want to thank you so much, Lifelines Baltimore and Boston, for coming on and doing this and sharing with the Native community, your health and wellness, because not a lot of people are not getting out there to do, fitness, because it's all focused on COVID-19. They're not taking care of their health. They're not taking care of their nutrition. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for joining and, talking to the community about health and wellness.
Of course. I hope I can serve you guys even more in the future. Love it. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you. And
That was a beautiful presentation.
we should probably look at getting a fitness challenge going.
Let's do it. That's right on my alley, Ella. I'm all for it. All right. Awesome, guys.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Sarah. Have a good night.
Good night, Sarah.
Hi, thank you.